Hi everyone, Coach Auston here, and today I challenge you to get 800 touches in 8 minutes. Here we go.
We are back, episode 3, Interesting People. Today's interesting person is my friend, Austin Young, otherwise known as Coach Austin. What's up?
What's up, Pep? How we doing?
I'm chilling, man. It's a nice day out here. I'm about to go golfing after this here. Coach Austin, you just made an Instagram page. You're coming out with episodes every week. Tell us a little bit how that started.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to kind of keep myself busy during this time and find something to really do and actually spend time and focus on and like something I actually really enjoyed. I have homework and all that stuff. And for the club, we're sort of, you know, kind of doing online sessions weekly anyway. So I demo for some of those sessions, about 2 to 3 times a day. Um, I just kind of wanted to start a coaching account to kind of motivate kids, of all ages really to keep working and keep grinding, during a troubled time.
So are you just training Chicago Empire kids right now, or are you trying to get a little bit of a wider audience?
Yeah, it's kind of varying a little bit. Again for the club, we're doing you know training sessions twice a week from Wednesday to Friday. Um, so those are obviously all within the club, all Empire kids. However, I'm obviously looking to expand that and tap into other kind of markets for what we can do. Obviously right now there's a lot of restrictions on what you can and can't do. So that was kind of, another reasoning behind, virtual sessions or just, videos where, everyone can see what to do at least and then kind of demonstrate it on their own.
But you're also like in the session, you're also correcting kids, right? You're watching them.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. So it's definitely hard to try that when you have a full, say, U9 age group on a call. A full U9 age group in boys on a call. There's sometimes 30 plus kids on the call. So it's definitely tough to kind of critique everyone or coach everyone and help them all out. But it's just about seeing them and seeing what they're doing on their camera, because there's kids that'll come on and do certain portions of a session, and then kind of not be seen on their camera for other portions. So it's kind of interesting to see that as well.
See, also, I feel like if kids are doing it with other kids, it's more of a motivation factor for them. Like they want to work harder instead of them just doing it on their own.
Yeah, and definitely, already doing this for 2 months from a club, virtually it's definitely tough to, make sure kids are staying engaged and kind of keeping it fun for the younger kids in a way. So we try to turn, portions of it into competition or engaging where they have to, do certain things and get maybe a certain amount of touches in a certain amount of minutes, and then, either say it on their, unmute themselves and say what they got, or type it into the chat. So it's somewhat engaging for them and kind of interacting with their friends virtually a little bit.
Interesting. Well, tell me what qualifies you as a trainer. Like, if I had a kid, why would I want him to train with you?
Um, good question. I think definitely everyone kind of looks at the age right away. I'm definitely young. Definitely have a lot of learning to do from a coaching standpoint. But from a doing the training kind of standpoint is, I've basically been training myself a little bit from, really the high school level on till my college career ended, last May. So, and in between there, obviously in the college, portions of my career, I was, working with head coach Casey Moore a little bit, throughout the summers when I could, and all that. And I played a little bit of Reading United, but from a personal standpoint, personal training standpoint, I was, kind of training myself and, looking up ways to, improve certain areas of my game, and all that stuff. So I think that's kind of, why another way why, what's motivating me behind all the videos. Um, and I have a ton of experience from a playing standpoint. I played, at a very high level in high school, and we played in playoffs pretty much every season, and we won the district title my senior year, um, and we lost in the state semifinal that same year. So, and then, at Alvernia as well, playing in the MAC conference is a high level, um, conference. It's one of the top Division III conferences across the nation. And you have some of the best teams in that conference, in Messiah, the Lycomings, the Lev Vals even, and then you have, the kind of sneakier teams even, who are, it's always a battle, the Stevensons and the Easterns, and those kind of teams. And
I
then,
think Alvernia fits in that category too, the sneaky teams.
yeah, for sure. And then again, playing summers for Reading United and training with high level coaches, from across the world. Again, so I have a lot of experience, and during all that time, I was listening at the same time, taking a lot in, to keep all that stuff in mind that I want to, try to implement to others, from what I was learning from other high level coaches.
Well, explain what Reading United is for someone who may not know.
Yeah, for sure. So Reading United is a very high level USL organization. They're affiliated with the Philadelphia Union, professional team in the MLS, um, and it's basically, a bridge to kind of get you to the pros if you're looking to get there. And they compete in the Division II in USL, so it's pretty high level stuff. Um, and again, being in that program, there's times to get on the first team. They have a few other programs, to do as well. Throughout high school, I trained, in their body zone. They had like a little body zone indoor, academy training. So my friends and I, we would always kind of get into that stuff as well. And then, they have the reserve team, which is, under the first team kind of guys, usually made up of younger guys trying to, push the edge and tap in the first team if they can. And
Kids who were playing in college at the time, right?
yeah, yep, it's all made up of college kids. Usually the first team is made up of pretty much Division I, players across the nation from the, best colleges around, really.
So tell me a little bit about what you're doing right now. You're out in Chicago doing new things, man. What's new?
Yeah. I kind of got out here on a grad assistant position that I accepted, grad assistant coaching position, which is pretty much a master's program if you're interested in getting your master's degree. Um, so they take care of the master's program, but you're basically a full-time employee, for the school, coach, all that stuff. So that's kind of what got me out here, and then I'm earning my degree right now. I have one more class actually before I'm finished with my core courses, and then I'll just have electives in the coming months and hopefully be done, by January.
I mean, it's obvious that you love the game. You've been around it since what, you were 5?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Back when me and you used to play back at the Bird, we were training what, basically every day. Again, we were hitting the turf, getting touches basically every day. So
yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like
for
that
sure.
really has prepared you for the trainings now.
Oh yeah, 100%. Even back with the times, in high school and in college, we were always kind of, training. I was, always kind of looking for groups that wanted to go play. And, obviously you and I trained every day, and no matter what, everyone else was doing on the team, if that day, they wanted to come out and shoot around and play or go through one of our little training sessions, it was obviously really great. But, you and I were sticking to the plan really. And, that was trying to get better every day. And obviously you have to kind of have some kind of program and training if you want to achieve that goal.
See, I feel like that's what most young athletes need to know. They need to know, like, hey, I need to establish this routine where I get a serious hour workout in at least 2, 3 times a week. And most young kids, from say age 10 to even high school, they don't have the motivation to stay disciplined themselves, and they need a trainer to say like you, but they're not really around an area where there is trainers, or maybe they're too expensive. So I feel like
Yeah,
this
and
is something that they could use.
yeah, good points. And I think that's like very important, um, to understand. And another, big reason of my virtual sessions, is, young athletes have to understand really that it comes down to work ethic. Really, are you gonna, outwork the other person? Everyone is gonna be good eventually. Everyone can develop into a really good player, but it's are you gonna stop? You gonna be good? Are you gonna be okay with, just being good, or do you want to take it to the next level? Um, and keep at it. There's a player, players here at Elmhurst that, came in this past year as freshmen, and they have a an extraordinary amount of talent, but just they're missing a few things, a few technical abilities, and then tactics. That's another whole nother story. They have to understand that as well. But as a younger athlete, I think it's how true to the game you're going to stay, how motivated, and are you going to really, touch the ball each and every day. Um, and some days, obviously, you go harder than others, and obviously, there's some days where you just want to kind of go out and shoot around with your friends, or do crossbar challenges or stuff like that.
Work on your free kicks, even though you don't take free kicks. Like that. It
Do
just doesn't make
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
But you said you brought up tactics. Is that something you're going to incorporate, or is it more just touches on the ball?
Um, I think at first, for obviously, for the videos, obviously, I would stick more to just kind of, playing touches on the ball. I'm actually kind of incorporating speed and agility stuff, later this week. So I kind of want to tap into that as well. So not they're focusing not just on all ball stuff. They're seeing agility stuff they can do if they want to improve, their strength, or their strengths, yeah, and stamina, quickness, speed, all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about how you ended up in Chicago, because I remember the last month of your college career when it was what, May, and we were talking. The plan was not that. I'm not going to just say out loud what the plan was, but obviously it was not that. And then one day you text me, you're like, "Yo, bro, so I'm going out to Chicago," and I was like, "Sweet," but what happened in between, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Um, during the last couple months of school, I was kind of trying to figure all that out, and really try to figure out what was kind of be like next for me. And I realized, I didn't want to fully walk away from soccer and what it kind of brought for me and did for me. So I know in the springtime, season there, I would show up and try to help out at spring sessions and spring practices with the team. Whether I was playing or coaching. Um, but yeah, and then I kind of decided at one point that I wanted to try to expand my knowledge and get my master's in business administration, because of all the opportunities they that schools can provide for you, through grad assistant programs and all that kind of stuff. So I applied to Alvernia and a few other colleges around the area, and somehow Elmhurst College was um, one of those schools. And funny quick story is, the assistant coach at Alvernia, Brett Croty, he started his career at Elmhurst College, before coaching at Alvernia. So there's a little bit of history and background of, to all of this and all that stuff. So yeah, I kind of kept my opportunities open, and during the summer after graduation, my friend and I always had this plan to live at the beach and kind of just get jobs down there and chill out for a whole summer on our own, and kind of be right at the beach, um, and have that more of our scene. So we went through with that actually, in the summertime, but after graduation, and he was returning to Westchester, and I was sort of unsure and kind of just waiting and seeing what was happening. And one day I got a phone call from head coach Casey Moore, um, and he just said that the head coach at Elmhurst contacted him and had a spot open, and if I wanted to accept or not. So long story short, I ventured out here and visited for 2 weeks during the summertime, and I thought it was kind of my next journey, my next move. And with all the opportunities that came with it, coaching at a club and coaching for the college, I was kind of it was a no-brainer to me. So that's pretty much how I got out here and started my next chapter, I guess, in my life. And
And the rest is history.
the rest is history.
All right, so how would an interested athlete, or maybe even the parents of the athlete, be able to get in contact with you?
Good question, Pep. Good question. Um, yeah, for sure. I think I'm trying to build a good base. First a good little base of people, of followers, I guess, that are kind of checking my videos out on the daily. Um, and through Instagram, I have all my personal information up there. So there's my email. If you're looking to join some sessions, there's my email, as well as my phone number, under the contact page on my Instagram. Um, and I just feel as if I'm kind of very personable. I try to be professional, as well. And I want the parents to know and the athletes to know that I want to be their friend, but at the same time I want to take their game to the next level.
Your camera just went out and it's
I
back.
want to I want to be able to take their game to the next level. And it's obviously tough to balance that relationship when you're first starting to know somebody, or if you don't know them at all. But that's kind of my goal. And I'm a person you can rely on. I'll answer quick to anything, and it's generally just about their son, their player, their kid. I just want to kind of motivate them and help them and help develop their game and see what they can do from there.
Well, I'll tell you what, damn it. But yeah, I kind of just want to vouch for, for any interested athletes. He's the guy. He's the guy to go to. I started training with you, Jidge, my sophomore year, junior year, and my game went just complete 180. I got taken to the next level, and I owe it to you. And for anyone who's interested, he's the guy. You have my personal signature on that.
Yeah,
But
thanks,
Auston,
bro.
it was nice talking to you, man. It was a good time. Always nice catching up. When am I coming out to Chicago, man?
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. You're welcome anytime, brother. There's a room for you. You're welcome whenever you want to get out. Probably when it's warmer out, though. We've pretty bad weather here, raining all the time.
Plus the coronavirus, man. I don't know. I don't know if I want to get on a plane. I might drive.
Yep. Yeah, take a road trip, pack the car.
All right, man. I'll talk to you.
All right, brother.